Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, and we have a very, very active weather pattern across most of the country. As I've been saying, we have a more of a west to east weather flow that's called zonal, but each one of these systems will be tapping in some very warm, moist air, which could produce some severe weather, especially south of the Tennessee valleys. And then it's also going to produce a lot of snow for portions of the Colorado, points east to Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, the Great Lakes region, portions of the Midwest, especially northern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. And right between that battle zone could be Indianapolis and Columbus, where you could be looking at a lot of ice. So I have some notes here. So by Wednesday, again, there could be a lot of snow for Missouri, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, northern Illinois. And again, each system is going to produce a little bit of snow towards the north. But severe weather, again, could form down into Kentucky and point south. Now, right now, there is snow in the Ohio Valley, point south. Those of you in portions of central Kentucky right now is getting quite a bit of snow. Now, after the system on Wednesday moves through, it's going to produce a lot of wind and a lot of cold air for most of the Midwest and the Great Lakes region, much below normal temperatures. Right now, we should be in the low to mid 40s as far as high temperatures are concerned. Friday comes the next system. That's going to be really developing there in the Colorado-Utah region, and that's going to push its way out. Now, in between that, there's still another system for the Great Lakes that's going to produce some snow on Thursday as well. So you're not going to have any one day where we're not going to see any precipitation somewhere across the area. Now, the one on Saturday kind of concerns me a bit because it's going to be a stronger system. There could be a lot of severe weather for the Ohio Valley point southward. So it's something we're really going to have to keep an eye on. It's going to tap some very warm air, relatively speaking. And we're not talking 70s, 80s, but we're talking about a lot of moisture moving in with a very dynamic system. So there's going to be some snow for Missouri, Iowa, northern Indiana, northern Illinois, the Great Lakes region there on Saturday, with potential for some very heavy rain and some severe weather for the Ohio Valley and points south. As that system moves out, now keeping also in mind, let me go backtrack a little bit, everything that's affecting the Midwest is going to also affect the Mid-Atlantic region, which would be West Virginia, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Philadelphia in particular, and so you're going to be seeing a lot of snow as well. So let's go back to Saturday. That's where I'm really concerned because this is a very strong system, and then it's also going to tap some very cold air as it swings towards the east, which means that those of you who are going to get some very heavy rain, potentially severe weather on Saturday night, that could be portions of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and point southward, as well as Philadelphia, Pennsylvania rather. Then you're going to see some very strong winds, very cold air, and then that moisture is going to flip back over to some heavy, heavy snow. So keep tabs of the local National Weather Service office on these next systems because they're all moving quickly. They're all going to produce some wintry weather, and it's also going to produce some very cold weather, especially at the end of the time frame. I'll be back a couple more days to give you more of an update on what I'm thinking on specifics. But until then, I'm George, the Weather Dad.